All right, and next we have Victoria. So you should just be able to click forwards and backwards. Yep, you can use the space bar, but yeah, forwards and backwards, and just talk as close as you can into the microphone. Don't answer, just think about it. That hesitation and that discomfort is part of the stigma, which brings me to my introduction. Good afternoon. My name is Victoria Mulligan. I am a legal studies major at the University of Baltimore. Today I will be discussing how my experience working at a reentry program reshaped my understanding. Specifically, I want to challenge the idea that justice and Sorry, hold on. I've been told that we really can't hear you online, so we're going to redo the screen sharing bit here, and we'll do that too. So I'll restart your timer also, so don't worry about that. We were so close. We've been doing so good today on this score. That's probably part of it. All right. Go again. Yep, just start over. That's fine. How many of you guys know someone that has been in jail? Yourself, don't answer. Just think about it. And I want you to think about it. You think about it, you're having hesitation, you're having discomfort. That is part of the stigma. Okay? Which brings me to my presentation. And officially, good afternoon. My name is Victoria Mulligan. I am a legal studies major at the University of Baltimore. I will be discussing today my experience working in the reentry program and how it shaped my understanding of the legal system. Specifically, I want to challenge the idea that justice ends at sentencing and instead show what happens after. The reentry program plays a critical role in whether justice actually works. Just click with the mouse. Oh. Sorry. I'll fix it. Keep talking. Yep, it's all right. It happens inevitably. Worry not. Oh, wow. Where did that go? Yep. Thank you. There we go. Click. One of the most memorable moments during my internship was being on the delegate here at the Howard County District Court, alongside the advocate and student individual staff. Going into it, I expected to see the system working the way I always understood it, structured, formal, and focused on legal decisions. But what stood out to me was that for many individuals, this was not the end of the process. It was only the beginning of a much longer, more difficult journey, especially if they had mental health issues or could not fully advocate for themselves, or were homeless, or had some substance issues as well. I saw firsthand that some individuals did not have the resources, stability, or support they needed. In some cases, they also could not fully advocate for themselves in a way expect. That moment made me start questioning whether justice really ends when the sentence is handed down, or whether that is where the real challenge begins. I started to understand that it is because it is not just about what happens inside the courtroom. It is also about what happens after someone leaves her. Traditionally, within the legal system, is centered. Traditionally, the justice within the criminal legal system is centered on punishment, accountability, and the formal resolution of case through sentencing. Once someone is arrested, prosecuted, and sentenced, the system is often viewed as having fulfilled its role. This aligns with goals of deterrence, retribution, and public safety. But this perspective overlooks something very critical. What happens after incarceration? It is treats sentencing as a final stage of punishment rather than part of a much broader ongoing process. Through my internship in a correctional central reentry program, I learned that reentry is not simply release, it is rebuilding a life. Individuals must find stable housing, secure employment, access resources, and reconnect with society. But in reality, they face serious barriers such as stigma, the same questions I asked you earlier, is a stigma from having a criminal record, lack of stable housing, financial stability and hardship, limited family support, difficulty complying with parole or probation requirements. Reentry is not guaranteed, it is often uncertain. Working alongside the reentry team gave me a direct insight into these challenges. Professionals like Larry, Kaisha, Isatu, Darius, Bill, Dr. Elon, and Ms. Avery showed me that success after incarceration depends on more than punishment. It depends on support. Their work focuses on guidance, resources, and creating opportunities for individuals to rebuild their lives. And when I say they go all out, these individuals go all out. One of the One of the biggest takeaways from my experience was how many barriers individuals face after release. There is a stigma attached to having a record. Many individuals struggle to find employment, and even when they are actively trying, there is also often a lack of family or social support, housing stability, and challenges to maintain sobriety. And these barriers don't exist in isolation, they compound, making successful reentry significantly more difficult. The system often assumes that individuals can easily comply with conditions after release, but in reality, parole and probation requirements can be excessive. Transportation is usually unavailable. Long wait times for check-ins create additional hardships. Requirements are not always tailored to individual circumstances. The system expects compliance without always accounting for real-life limitations. This is where the disconnect becomes clear. The system expects accountability and change, but individuals are released into situations with instability, limited resources, and lack. Without that support, reoffending is often driven by circumstance, not just choice. If reentry fails, we are back at square one. From both my experience and what professionals emphasize, success and reentry depends on key factors such as family and community support, stable housing, employment opportunities, access to care and treatment, mentorship and guidance. It also requires perseverance, staying substance-free, and communication with case managers, and also for that individual. If they believe in themselves, they'll succeed. Success in the reentry program is not accidental. Research strongly supports what I observed. For example, around 27% of formerly incarcerated individuals face unemployment, compared to about 5% in the general population. Studies show 68 to 71% rearrest rates within 3 to 5 years. That data shows that reentry failure is not rare. It is pretty common. But research also shows that individuals' access to stable housing, employment, and support system are significantly less likely to reoffend. So it's not just about individual effort, it's about access to resources. This experience changed how I view the role of legal professionals, especially as a future prosecutor. Prosecutors are not only responsible for accountability and reporting, they can also contribute to successful reintegration. There needs to be some collaboration between prosecutors and reentry programs. When they work together, and I've seen this work firsthand, that it does work. Individuals are connected to resources earlier, primarily through courtroom outcomes, charges, trials, and sentencing. Now I understand that justice is much more complex and continues after release. It involves real people navigating real challenges after the legal process ends. It is long-term outcomes that matter and must be measured not just by what happened in court, but what happens after. To conclude, my experience in the reentry work has reshaped my understanding of justice and legal system. Justice does not end when the sentence is imposed. It continues through reentry where success and is truly determined is not only what happens in court, it is what happens after. Thank you, and this is especially dedicated to the Howard County Correctional Center.
Okay, we learned that I think that microphone died halfway through, and so everyone online got to hear that through my lavalier at the back of the room. Sorry about that, everybody. So we're just going to run with this one microphone for the rest of the day, which is great because there's only 2 more questions. You answered my question, what did you learn in your internship and how to change your life? So awesome. Good internship presentation.
So for reentry and affecting the 71% recidivism rate, what did you see? I mean, do you have any statistics on what the statistics are for reoffense for those who went through the program? Do you,
They do follow up. Sorry. Okay. There's a follow up after an incarcerated individual gets released. But I don't have exact statistic. But.
For everyone online, that was no exact statistics, but she knows there's follow-up. Other questions? Anyone? Okay, Dr. Davis.
Great presentation. This was really just a comment to kind of underscore what you said. I've taught in the Second Chance program here on campus 3 times, which I think everyone knows. Well, some people still don't know what it is on campus, but it's University of Baltimore at Jessup Correctional Institution, people in prison getting college degrees. And the thing that I really did not understand before I went there, I had a decent understanding of what it was like to teach inside prison, but what I didn't understand is Second Chance here on campus is basically doubling as a reentry program, and that they have this whole reentry half. So, you know, all of the kind of press and media about Second Chance usually focuses on the wow factor of people in prison excelling at college, but you know, so much of what is difficult is what comes afterwards, and so much of what Second Chance achieves and maybe is undercredited for is all of this type of work that they're doing with our students who start college at JCI and then often continue here. And they're, you know, people like Andrea Cantora and Amber Zander and Danelle Alton are really offering them all of these types of services in a way that is just so exceptional. And I think that really speaks to all of your points, where it's like the guys who do that program are getting this incredible re-entry experience. You know, even if they finish college at JCI, they then come here and then do grad school. They then get part-time jobs on campus. Sometimes they get full-time jobs on campus. But it's just, it's huge. And so it's amazing. It's some of the guys, a lot of them who come out of JCI, literally the first or second place they come to out of prison is outside of the LAP building to take their picture with the Second Chance administrators, because that's how much they mean to them. But it all speaks to what you're saying. And so we have this, in a sense, unheralded re-entry program on our campus. It's heralded some, but really gets more attention for what it does inside. But what it does on the outside is at least as important, maybe even more. So yeah, great job for speaking on that.
Josh, this is Maggie over here. I do want to second what you just said. And even some of the services folks don't know that are being provided to the Second Chance Program students, like housing assistance, transportation, living assistance. So it's really a wraparound program. It's not just education.
Well, I didn't, to be honest, I did not hear the question, but to follow up with Dr. Davis, I do know a couple people, specifically two people, that one individual actually did the Second Chance program, and he was in one of my classes, and he was very successful, and he is great. And I also know at my job, Larry, he was incarcerated for 40 years, and he is now one of the managers for the reentry program. And he's great, great, great human being, everything. So shout out to Larry.
Thank you, Victoria.